People seem to love items that go in their kitchen. And I have a few that are a little bit worse for wear, so I'm going to see if I can fix them, paint them up, and see what I can do with them. Okay, so that may not be worse for wear, but it's new. I ran across a photo the other day. I'm always on social media getting inspiration. And I'm like, oh, there was a round tin like this. It wasn't a marshmallow. It was actually a bread. So I'm like, hey, I have a round tin. I believe a viewer sent me this. Probably with like I was going to do a marshmallow tin, but I'm inspired to do a bread tin. So first of all, I need to sand a little bit because metal is a really smooth, shiny surface. If you want your paint to stick, you at least need to try to scuff sand it if you can. And I'm just going to leave it attached right now because that'll be the easiest to work on the lid. I'm going to go in with 80 grit. I'm not going to be shy. I'm not going to try to make the bottom look old. I know there's a little code here. It's just kind of going to be what it's going to be. But I want to protect the bottom, keep it nice and clean. I'm just going to use some rubbing alcohol to clean off. I tried to scuff sand as much as I could. To help my paint stick even more, we've scuffed, rubbing alcohol. I'm going to spray shellac on it to help the paint bond also. For my round bread box, I'm going to start off, my main base is going to be in a pickle. And I know it's going to do some probably cracking and crazing, but I think milk paint adheres really well to metal. I could spray it, but I think I'm leaning towards the milk paint. So we're going a little bit brighter. And I'm going to add Cheshire to tone it down a little bit. And then I want to see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that. I wasn't sure if I was going to add basil or not, but I don't think I want to. I think I'm doing a little bit brighter, maybe half. Yeah. I don't necessarily want this to be runny or too thick. So, okay, so I think I did 5. So I'm going to add 4 of the water. We don't want it to pool up so much on the bottom that I can't get the lid back on. I just want to make sure that I'm getting it on thin. Getting in that little crease. I'm not worried about the metal, the band around the metal. Or I guess it's all metal, but you know, the band at the bottom. I'm not worried about that. And the shellac is grabbing it. I can feel it. I never thought about a round bread box until I saw that picture. I was like, oh, I could do that. I got a round tin. Get in the difficult area first. We have some texture. So I'm just going to take some sandpaper now and then just lightly sand. And then I'll spray it one more time with Weather Defense before attempting to put my vinyl on. And so I'm just playing with my fonts right now. Like, okay, I know my size. What do I like? I don't know. What do I want? Bread? No. I mean, because they had a really mid-century modern one on that one. I do know if I, but I know I like the thicker because they're easier to stencil on. So that one's okay, but it's not cursive. Um, so I need it to be 8 by 2, I think. 8 by 2.5. Oh, hello. 8 by 2.5. 2.5. Let's lock that in so it stays there. And then let me see. I don't know. I'll just keep playing with it until something catches my eye. No, I thought I would just go kind of retro, but not necessarily big time retro, but big old letters. And not cursive. Doing a little preconditioning of my vinyl and cut my image down as small as I can, even though this is the vinyl that is removable. You don't want the permanent vinyl to do stencils on paint with, if you can help it. I have grabbed the wrong one before. So it's like 651 or 631. And yeah, the numbers are close. Not sure if my round object will stay on here or not. Like this, maybe. Oh, it does stay like that. Okay, okay. There's my back. There's my seam. My vinyl. I did put 2 coats of the weather defense, so hopefully it would stick around, stick on, but not like Ah, there we go. I don't know if this will work or not, but I've got some stays on. I actually stamped some jars to look like marmalade jars, and the viewer, thank you, I think it was Kelly, told me to try this, and I'm like, oh, yeah. So I'm not sure. I always hate when it's raised. There we go. I'll just use a makeup sponge. When there's too much paint on it. Hey, that worked. But yeah, the StazOn black, jet black, worked wonderful with the marmalade stamps. Much darker than the IOD, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Every product works differently for the item that you're looking for. I tried paint and I don't like that raise of it. The light misting of weather defense just to make sure it's on there. Okay. Like I said, I was going to spray paint it, and then I'm like, hey, I just used that this morning to get some more of those in my booth because the others I did sold. it's cute. It's cute. People like to use these in decor, but look at it's been chewed upon. Somehow it got boo-booed. So and then something stuck in the drawer. So let's see how much we can take apart. Flatheads. Round and around. So I'm like, well, I got 2 screws and a nail down here. So either way, I need to take this apart. Sure, I will take that. So see, that's what happened. Is without that nut, that holding it in place, it fell in and stopped you from. Oh, now it comes out. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? I'm going to take it all apart so I can clean it. I'm fine when people don't take stuff at the auction. I'm like, sure, for a couple bucks, I'll take the broken and figure out what's wrong with it. So we're just doing some Bondo. To fill in all the brokenness. Not worrying about cleaning it so much because I don't really want it to stick to the undamaged as I want it to stick to this raw wood. Somebody commented something about using a Cricut scraper to apply Bondo. I just throw these away. Have you ever tried to clean Bondo off something? It's not very much fun. So it's a plastic knife. It doesn't really take me that much longer to sand. So, you know, we all do what works for us. While I'm waiting for that to set up, I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to go and see what parts I can clean. Digging in the pile. Yep, I'm digging. He has 2 little containers of flathead screws, so I'm trying to match up to what is missing. Not probably something a lot of people have in their arsenal, but if I can find 3 matching for the bottom, which I think those do, and then these go in the inside. Okay, let's go ahead and start sanding. Okay, we're sanding. I'm going to start putting it back together. I'm not going to paint it. You can't take the top mechanism all the way out. So that's just going to make it awkward to paint. So it's just easier to get it back together. Oh, okay. I couldn't find another little butterfly. So it is what it is. You can't cut that down. I tried to cut it down with it, but I did put a little bit of WD-40 in return now in case somebody wants it to turn, I guess. And then I need to, I think I'm just going to do a little bit of CA glue. It's so delicate. It took a lot longer than just a Bondo and repair job. Oh goodness. But it is in working order if somebody wants to use it, I guess. So I'm not necessarily going to tape off around that part, only because I want to get up really close, and sometimes you're not as close as you think you are with tape. Only when I was cleaning it, I can tell like there was like kitchen grease. So I do need to shellac it, get any paint to stay on. Well, you could tell by when I sanded it, all that little wax, oil, grease build up on my sandpaper. So going to attempt to do 2 colors. So I'm going to do like a green, and then I'm going to do like an off-white, this vanilla. We'll see how this goes. So I have the limestone vanilla, and then I have bayberry for the green, the darker color. Yes, I love green. Yes, green sells. Do I get comments of people who don't like green and get tired of me painting green all day long? But if I showed you a picture of my booth, you'd see the blues, the reds, and the yellows that are just sitting there, which does no good. So it's actually greens that I need to be putting in my booth. There. It's a lot thinner. Like if you do the equal parts, it doesn't do that always as well. And I always hate that we have to feel like we have to defend ourselves because of our paint color choice. It's about making over the old item. The milk paint is because it gives an old-timey look, and I'm making over old items or making stuff look old. I'm not looking for this perfect paint job. And it's a trial and error kind of thing for me. Okay, I'm going to see if I can do this without taping off. Oh, I knew. Here, we'll put its kickstand down. Love these brushes because of that little tip. How I can get into spaces. I'm going to take a heat gun and dry it a little bit. That way I can move on to my green. This one doesn't run as much as the Sweet Pickins. It's funny because it doesn't look, I mean, it looks almost like a moss, but it's not. It's not once you get it mixed up. Try half the water when you're mixing up. That I will suggest. It's easier to add water to it than try to take the water out. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more. I don't know. Any other time I do equal parts and it's too ruddy. Right? Look at, see? I just hit I went over kind of thing. But it does, milk paint thickens up as it's sitting, so. I think I'm going to leave that knob wood. Like fan brushes because I can get nice and close to something. Well, the thought that like this could work, right? Yeah. You gotta get little bitty area. I think that'll be fun. Fun. 2 different colors. We don't want to go too crazy with sanding. I know this is one thing I noticed with that the fusion paint is like when I start to sand, you get these white little specks or colored specks. Sometimes they're blue, yellow. But since I don't mind perfectly imperfect, I'm good with it. Surprised me the first time because I'm not used to that from Sweet Pickins, but I want to wax this, and I'd like to do aging wax, but I don't want to put aging wax right on there. So I'm going to start off with Fusion's Clear because that would turn my lighter color probably more of a brown if I did that when it was not sealed in with anything. And then we're going to go in with Fusion's Aging because I love what that did to the Bayberry the last time I used it. Another one of those rusty, crusty scales. Hopefully this is a little loose, so let's see if we can tighten this back up. Well, that was easy comparative to all the other things I've done today. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna get it cleaned up. Protect the face. I know it has writing, but as I said, you know, people don't necessarily see past that, so let's just get it cleaned up. So just putting some tape on it, protect that face. I have a mixture of pantry door, basil, and I'm going to see what it looks like when I get it mixed up. Apparently I didn't have my camera on. Yes, we are doing a lot of greens. Oh, I think I need some in a pickle. I don't think that's bright enough. The old timey. There's something about. Oh, okay, I'm just doing it. Gotta get that in there before I'm not gonna do any shellac. I don't want this necessarily. I mean, it's fun to show you different things that I do. Like, okay, so how is this going to react if I don't put any shellac on here? Will it chip off? Will you see it? Maybe. But we need to do the whole thing. So I have to flip it upside down to get that bottom area. So yeah, I don't know what was the era that the greens came, the reds. Were the greens first or the reds first in kitchen decor? I know. I'm curious. I know I can Google it, but I rather you guys are smarter than me, so I do take an air compressor when I thrift these, pick these up, especially since a lot of times they're barn sales. They've been laying around in a basement, in a barn. This one was, something. I'm not really sure where this one was. But I'll take my air compressor and blow into any holes that I can to try to get out as much of anything that's there out. So I'm going to help my bottom along so I can flip this over and be able to do the rest of it that needs to be painted. So if you notice, I stuck it on top of a bowl. That way, what isn't completely dry, it still gets ventilation to be able to finish curing and drying. what is that? Work smarter, not harder. Yes, we needed to get the rest of the paint on here so that because when you do it thick like this, it does take a little bit to dry. It's not any different than doing thinner coats and then having to wait for coats to dry. So it all works out. As it's the milk paint doesn't have enough different greens, I mix greens to get more green, more greens together. We are green. So I am going to sand a little bit, see get any extreme texture, that any whatever comes off comes off. You don't want it looking like it's a perfectly painted item, so I am going to go straight in with aging wax, just because black is coming through. Oh, look at how that, oh my gosh, my heart can't take it. It's just so amazing. And because I didn't shellac it, you know, some of it chipped off. That's exactly what it was supposed to do. This piece had a replacement bottom that does not match. So it's actually one that Chris fixed that has been sitting in the booth. And after doing that paper towel one last week, 2 weeks ago, that sold as soon as I put it in green. So there you go. So that's what this guy's going to get, though. I'm not going to take this one off though, because I had a hard time getting that one back together. So this one is not. This one is you can use it for paper towels. It's definitely the size of paper towels, but it was made to be a store wrapper, like holds the rolls of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and sand a little bit, scuff sand it, and we're going to paint a new fun green color. I know, green. Hey, y'all. Sorry. Need this to stay in the upright position. It makes it a little bit hard to sand that bottom area if it keeps flopping on me. I'm not going to paint the bottom, so I'm going to tape it off. And give it a wash down, get all the sandy dust off. So I'm going to do pantry door. That's what I did the other one. So, I mean, I know it got snagged up right away after putting it in. It can sit now. It doesn't matter. I like the pantry door. I like all these different shades of green I'm looking at my table. And I'm not going to shellac it, let it soak into the wood. Do the hard area for the first. It's such a classic color. That's all I have to say. It's just classic. I'm gonna try to sand it, but I need to lift this bar up to use my Orbital sander. I'm gonna go ahead and seal this in with clear first, and then I'll probably do a little bit of aging wax just to pop out some of the crazing and imperfections from the yummy paint. And I want to seal it in first because I don't want it to turn darker than I want it to be if I added it in there dry. Now I'll take a little bit of the aging wax. And see, and it just gets into all that and just brings it out. Makes it look like it's been painted this way for years. Now this one did have a dowel already, so I didn't have to worry about that.